Hi everyone, welcome to Lola's Frugal Life. This is episode number 321 and this is a mini summer episode. Today I'm going to be talking about staying on top of your finances. So please stick around for a few quick words from our sponsor and we'll get right into the show. Welcome back to another mini episode for this summer. This summer I'm doing all mini episodes. In case you haven't listened to one yet, this is my third mini episode for the summer. So for the months of July and August, I will be doing all mini episodes around the 5-minute mark. So today what I wanted to talk about was just the importance of keeping on top of your finances and your spending as frequently as possible, especially if you're trying to stick to a budget. And just for the ease of recording your activity. I have been trying so hard to sit down at least once a day if possible and just take a few minutes to record the activity that has happened or that has cleared my bank account or my credit card in the last couple of days. Because I feel like sometimes even if just 3 or 4 days go by and I go to record some transactions, I can't remember what they were for. Like so quickly and easily, as much as I think I will not forget what this item is for, I'll go to record it and I'll say, what the heck did I get at TJ Maxx? And I'll have to sit there thinking and I cannot remember what the transaction was for. But if I do it right away within a day or two, I pretty much always remember what the transactions were for that I'm recording. And it just takes less time. Even with bills, lately what I've been doing, which has been so super helpful, because you don't usually get like a ton of bills in the mail at the same time. Now, I'm still doing the old-fashioned way. I still have all of my bills come in the mail. I know at some point I really need to switch to having them come in email or some kind of electronic format. But I'm just always afraid that I'm going to miss one of them because I'm so used to the paper copy triggering me to make that payment. So I need to come up with a system. I know that. I'm going to try and come up with some type of a system so I don't need that paper bill. But either way, right now I get the paper bill. So what I've been doing, and you could do the same thing if it's coming in an email or some electronic method, as soon as I get that bill, I just pay it. Now, of course, if you're not in a financial situation where you can pay that bill yet, then you might have to stagger some based on how your budget and your payment schedules are set up. But if you have the ability to pay that bill when it comes, just consider paying it. I've been doing that when the bills come in, and it's just, even though it's the same amount of work, to me it just seems so much easier to take one bill and pay it and I'm done, rather than have to sit there with a stack of like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or however many bills have accumulated since I sat down and did the bills last time. So I've been trying to really pay bills as soon as they come in and update my checking and credit card activity as frequently as possible. I even put a little, I have this little motivation app where you can put some things in there that you really want to accomplish each day. And one of the things that I have in there is to spend just 15 minutes updating my checking account and credit card activity on a daily basis. Because if you're doing it on a daily basis, there's usually not a whole lot of activity that has to be recorded. The exception is like if you go on vacation or something, it seems like everything just kind of waits and then all clears at once. I don't know, that's what I usually seem to find. But if you're just normal spending activity, and if you just sit down once a day and quickly record the activity, you're going to remember what the charges were for, most likely, because they only happened within the last couple of days. And you have less transactions to record. So you're not sitting there like going through all these transactions, which I feel like makes it just take longer per transaction anyway, because you get burnt out of putting all this activity in. So if you can do just a little bit, it's pretty quick and easy and you just get it done and you're not sitting there like, oh my gosh, I got to go through all this. I got to enter all this. What was that for? What is this for? So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Just try and see, if you're not already doing it, try to give it a shot to just update your banking and credit card activity more frequently if possible, and see if it makes it a little bit easier on you so that you don't have to take those times to sit down and update everything, or sit down and pay all the bills and reconcile your accounts and update your budget. and just get it done a little bit at a time and see if it helps you keep things more accurate and makes it a little bit easier on you. So that's it. That's what I had to share for this quick mini episode. I hope you are all enjoying your summer, and I will talk to you again next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day. Are you in the mood to learn something new? Well, Skillshare is now offering 1 month free of Skillshare Premium. Unlock a passion, side hustle, or new professional skill with thousands of classes in design, business, and more. Start your 1 month free trial now by using the link within the podcast notes for this episode. There's no commitment and you can cancel at any time. So why not go ahead and learn a new skill that you have always wanted to have?